Hello and welcome to the August 2017 edition of From the Desk of. I'm Tim Moody. I'm the Public Information Officer with the Randolph County School System. I'm here with our superintendent, Dr. Stephen Gainey. Dr. Gainey, we are now 12 days removed from the first day of school. It's been a great summer. We are at Level Cross Elementary School. That's our school site for this month. So why don't we just open up the interview by giving you a chance to talk a little bit about the school.
Well, this is a great school. Level Cross Elementary School is, the site itself, the facility is one of the prettiest elementary schools you're going to find anywhere in North Carolina. We are going through a change here at Level Cross Elementary School. Debbie Sharon has been the principal here for several years now, and the school has done really well, continues to perform very well academically, and Debbie has moved to Franklinville Elementary School. Also, the assistant principal, Justin Pugh, has moved over to New Market and to Braxton Craven, and so the administration this year will be new, and Cindy Walker will be the principal here. Very excited for her to have an opportunity to be the principal of Level Cross Elementary School. And we have a new assistant principal here, Angela Harris. So it's been a great school. This school sits in a great community. I've said this before, I just thank the commissioners and the Board of Education from years past when they built these wonderful facilities, because this is another excellent school facility, and feel really good about the leadership this year at the school, and appreciate all that Debbie Sharon and Justin Pugh and previous assistant principals did with Debbie to help her lead this school. But we do have new leadership and exciting times, and it's a great teaching staff here with great kids.
Well, as I mentioned, this is our last interview for the summer before the school year starts. And as timing would have it, our teachers return tomorrow throughout the district. So, Dr. Gainey, I just want to give you a moment, if you would like, and just for the teachers who are coming back, what words of wisdom would you put out before them?
I would tell the teachers to relax and have fun and trust their instincts. Teachers are very special individuals. Everybody, I've said this to groups in the past throughout my career, everybody can't be a teacher. Teachers are special. And I believe there are people who are born to be teachers, and you see that every day when you go in classrooms and see all the different things they're doing with children. Teachers, it's interesting to watch. Teachers have this ability to find the child that needs to be stretched academically or needs extra reinforcement, remediation, intervention, or maybe it's that child that just needs that extra building that camaraderie with the child, as far as some children can work independently. Some kids need a teacher to interact with them more than others. And so I just say, relax, trust your instincts, have fun, and don't ever forget how special you are to our school system and to our community, because we have to have great classroom teachers, and we have them all over this school system, and I'm very proud of them.
So as summer comes to an end, it seems as though heading back to school means different things to different people. You've already addressed the teachers. Let's talk a little bit now about the students. And gave you a chance to, ask you what you would say to the teachers. What would you say to the students with new school year right around the corner?
Well, to the students, I would say, again, have fun. I think your best performance, whether you're a teacher or whether you're a student or a principal or a counselor or any role in the school, is as long as you're enjoying yourself, your performance is going to continue to improve. And I would say have fun and take advantage of the opportunities that are in our schools. With every level of school, there are different opportunities to pursue your interests as far as studies go, but and also take advantage of getting to know people that you may not have interacted with had it not been for the two of you or several of you were at the same school. That's what I've always thought was so special about public schools. Kids, they come from all different parts of a school zone to a school. You get to meet many different individuals. You learn by interacting with people who aren't just exactly like you. And so I just say, take advantage of the opportunities, have fun, and also, I mentioned this about the teachers, but I hope along the way the students realize just how talented these teachers are, these adults that are working with them. They're getting to learn and deal with some of the most talented individuals in this country in a classroom every day, and that's exciting to me. I always loved getting to know another teacher and learning from another teacher every year. That was what really was exciting to me at school, was to meet other adults that became role models for me. And so look up to these teachers and just know in the next 10 months, you're going to be around some of the most talented people in this country, which are our classroom teachers.
Okay, so now for the parents, you know, summer coming to an end means something to them as well. We're going to have parents who certainly will be sending children off to school perhaps for the first time. Parents who will have children moving to a new school, you know, from middle school to high school or whatever. So to the parents with a new school year a few days away, what would you want to say to them?
Well, I'm excited that they've chosen to bring their child to our school system. That's exciting, and I appreciate that, and we don't take that lightly. We understand that we have to earn the parents' trust and respect, and we're going to do that. We're going to work at that, but it's something over time. I would ask the parents, find a way for you to get involved with your child's school. And involvement in school can come in many different forms. But with that, it's going to be a provision of support for your own child. And if there are things you're seeing that you have concerns about, let your child's classroom teacher know. Let your child's counselor know. You know, I talked about teachers, but let's don't forget these counselors and administrators and career development coordinators. And you know, I mean, we're in a building right now, and it's as clean as it can be right now. And school hasn't even. We're 12 days from school, I think you said. And just the staff that's working on the facilities today in this building, it's just unbelievable the amount of adults that are involved to make it a great experience for the children. And so if something's not going right, let us know. Let us help you. We value the fact that you're trusting us with your children, and so let us help you. And those counselors, I said to a legislator the other week, I think you were at the event, and I said, you know, we're always talking about the classroom teachers, and we need all of those positions. But we were at an event that was clearly, the excitement around that event was from work by the career development coordinators in the CTE programs and the counselors. That's how the children who were being recognized that night, in my heart, that's how they got there. Counselors are watching for opportunities for kids and encouraging kids. So I did say to that legislator that night when I made my comments, please, whatever you do, don't ever take our counselors and our CDCs away from us, because we need them just as much as we need our classroom teachers. And so, parents, let us help you. Let us help you. We're going to do everything we can to make it an enjoyable year for you, and we're going to work with you. We're going to walk with you step by step through the school year, because your child is very important to us, just like I know your child's very important to you.
Well, we have over 17,000 students in our school system, over 2,300 employees, and so just by sheer numbers, a large percentage of the people in Randolph County touch our school system in some way. So maybe the community at large, perhaps those who don't have children in schools, who maybe don't see day-to-day what goes on, just speak to the community at large. What would you say to them as we go into a new school year?
Well, Tim, I would make sure that community members know that I recognize we have several roles in this community, one of which is our primary role is to prepare kids for successful futures. We want them to graduate from high school with options for successful futures as adults. We also have a very big role to be a partner to the different organizations and groups in our community, which, you know, maybe small business owners, large business owners, it could be governmental agencies, elected officials, and we take that role very seriously. This is a great county, and in this county we have many different smaller communities, and I love every one of the communities. Every one of them have been great to our school system, have been great to me, and I love interacting with the individuals from all the smaller communities. But I would just say, you know, we have not lost sight, even as we work hard for our schools to get better and our children to have opportunities when they graduate from high school. We have not and will not lose sight of the need to be a positive member, a positive community partner with the other groups, because that's going to make Randolph County as a whole a better place for all of us. So, you know, and you know, I know that over time, you know, families, parents, their children graduate from high school, and so they don't have anybody in our schools anymore. But I would ask them that, you know, please come back, come to ball games, come to band concerts, chorus concerts, come to events. We love seeing the community involved in our schools, whether they have kids in our schools or not. And same token, you have some families that hadn't reached elementary school yet, and we want them to feel comfortable. And maybe the best way to get your children feeling comfortable in our schools before they actually get to elementary school is bring them to some ball games or some concerts. So we just want to be a partner to all the groups in the community, and that is going to always be a very high priority for me.
All right, so regarding a new school year, we've talked about the perspective of teachers and students and parents and community members, but I've got one more. I want to know about the superintendent as we approach a new school year. What are your thoughts?
Well, Tim, my perspective and my expectations for the school year have not really changed since July 1, 2013 when I started. You know, when I look at this school system, my goal is for us just to continue to get better. And it involves many different areas. You know, when you think of school systems, one of the first things people think about is academic performance of children. Well, I think the numbers are there. Our schools are getting better. Our principals and our teachers and our counselors and our assistant principals have done a great job, and our Board of Education has really got behind and supported a lot of things for us to move some schools forward. A lot of schools, our central service staff has been in there as a support service for these schools. So, you know, you look at academics first a lot of times, and rightfully so. That's our core business. But then you have to look at some other areas. Personnel, how are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing in recruiting? And how are we doing with replacing individuals when they retire? And what's our talent level look like? Are we getting better? Are we getting better in the public relations field? Are we opening the doors more, which is what you and I talked about during the 13-14 school year when you arrived in December of 2013. We talked about opening the doors to the school system and letting the public see what's going on. Facilities. I mean, you know, you can have all this stuff, but you got to have great facilities. And we've got to keep working with our commissioners and our board to keep, you know, I feel really good about our relationship, our board's relationship with the commissioners and the superintendent. I love that relationship. But you can't just stop. You got to keep working at it, and you got to keep acting and performing in a way that the commissioners and the board trust you. And so that's you know, because we, you know, the 9-year facility plan. Here we are. We're moving on through that plan, and we did that video about a month ago, and it shows things are happening because our commissioners have funded that plan. They funded the Uwharrie Ridge project, so they funded the 5th grade academy at Randolph Elementary. So I guess it all comes down to, Tim, there's a statement that's kind of been following us around for about 2 years now. And it's on the board every principal's meeting, it's on the board every assistant principal meeting, and it's on the board every central office or central service administrator meeting. And it is move the needle forward and minimize any backward movement. You know, we're working with people, and every group of kids comes in with a different set of needs and a different set of talents. And if we keep our focus on moving the needle forward, whether it's moving up by 5 points, 10 points, 0.2 points, improvement's improvement, okay? And it's not, well, it's a good improvement if you improve by this amount. No, moving the needle forward is what we're going to continue to focus on. And so, Tim, when I got here on July 1, 2013 and started, all I wanted to do was hopefully be a part of helping us get better with staff. And in my heart, we are. We've opened our doors to the community. We've shared what's going on in our school system, the good and the things that we need to improve upon. So really, my focus hadn't changed. It's going into year 5, and I try to be a very consistent and very methodical individual as a leader, and we're going to keep down that path, because, you know, I said to the principals about a month ago, the playbook hadn't changed. We may have added to it a little bit, but it hadn't changed. And you know, I want to say, you know, in that personnel thing I mentioned, now here we are. We're going into the 2nd consecutive year of our personnel for our local supplement increasing. I mean, we're making progress, and we just need to keep at it. We need to keep at it.
Well, although we have been on summer break, that doesn't mean there hasn't been a lot going on. Last week, August the 10th, we had a very special event at Randolph Community College. New program, Apprenticeship Randolph. A nice event for the first ever group of apprentices to come out of that program. I know that was an exciting night for you and for all of us. So talk a little bit about that. Well,
Tim, that just, you know, I'm still kind of pinching myself when that whole idea came about. And Nancy Cross, our Director of Career Technical Education, and Misty Wolf, who's Coordinator of Career Technical Education, they really were involved in that. And the first time we started talking, I thought, that's great. And I just didn't know it was going to materialize that quick. I really say a big thank you to our 12 business partners, industry partners. They have engaged in this, and they have made financial obligations to this. And the flip side of that is they're gonna, their benefit is gonna be, they're gonna wind up with some trained employees with associate's degrees, and they're gonna get to train them on their way of doing business and their machinery. And but probably what caught my eye the other night was there were 16 students who have been selected as apprentices. And as I said when I spoke to them, everybody in the room, everybody brought multiple people to that event. A lot of kids had both parents and some friends with them and school staff and all. Everybody in that room was almost filled up at Randolph Community College. Everybody was talking about them. Everybody was trying to take their picture. It was great. And the more we can do that for children and make them feel special, because even if they're at the end of high school, it doesn't matter. They still get excited just like the child when something special happens in elementary and middle school. And we don't need to lose sight of that, and we need to continue to go towards where kids' interests are. And I'm just excited. I want to say thank you to the 12 industry partners. It is exciting. I want to say thank you to Randolph Community College for their involvement in it. And I want to take a moment and just brag on our kids just for a second, because when this program started, 44 children applied for this program. 42 of those children were from the Randolph County School System. Well, in that program, Tim, I'm sure you've read on this, but once you apply, there's a separate stage, intermediate stage before you get selected, and you go to the pre-apprenticeship program. Well, 18 of our 42 kids were selected. 18 kids were selected, and all 18 of those students were ours for the pre-apprenticeship. And 16 of those 18 were selected, and they were all from our school system. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the staff. You know, I mentioned the counselors, career development coordinators. This didn't happen by chance. The kids applying for this program, it didn't happen because kids were just thumbing through a book and saw this. It happened because some adult on the campus saw it and shared it with kids. And they shared it with a smile on their face and an encouraging tone and attitude. And it goes back to what we talked about at the beginning about the teachers. These counselors, these career development coordinators, they know their kids as well as anybody, and they knew kids would be interested in it, and they went after it. Now, to that I say a thank you. And those are two roles that a lot of times go without being noticed, but we can't do without them, and that's why I told that legislator what I did that day. And she agrees. She agrees. But I think that we never can go wrong pointing out the great work that people are doing in some of these support roles that may not be seen every day.
Well, Dr. Gainey, thank you. And thank you to our community and for Randolph Communications. Before we close, I do want to mention that next week we will have our open houses at all of our schools. Tuesday, August 22nd will be our high schools. Wednesday, the 23rd will be middle schools. And Thursday, the 24th will be our elementary schools. The times for each school is posted on the homepage of our district website, so check that out. It's going to be a great school year. Dr. Gainey, any closing thoughts of any kind before we close it out?
I do, Tim. It's going to go back to, when you asked me what's the superintendent's perspective on the school year. I can just tell the parents, I can tell the teachers, the parents, the principals, the community members who don't have children in our school, as long as we're working at it to try and get better from where we are, I really don't get caught up in what happens around our school system outside of our borders. I have colleagues all over the state. There's 115 superintendents in North Carolina. I'm pulling for all 114 of my colleagues. I want them to enjoy what they're doing as much as I enjoy what I'm doing. And I just, I've said this to staff. I just want us to try to get better and work at it to try to get better from where we are. And I believe we have staff that does that every day as good as anybody in North Carolina and as good as anybody in this country.
All right, thank you, Dr. Gainey. Thank you again to Level Cross Elementary School and their principal, Cindy Walker, for allowing us to be here. It's been a great summer, and as you can see, we're excited about a new school year, 12 days away, and we will see all of you in September. Thank you.